Good morning students. Continuation of chapter The Rise of Small Kingdoms in South India. In previous class we learnt about the Cholas and the Pandyas. Today I am going to discuss governance in South India. In this topic we will see today administration, economic, society and religious condition of that time. Let's proceed ahead. First topic is administration. In this topic you will know what was the condition, what was the administration of that period. Like the northern India, in southern India also the king was the head of the state. Okay, the king was the head of the state and his office was hereditary. His prime duty was to protect the people from internal disturbance and external attacks. The king's prime duty was to protect the people from internal disturbance and external attacks. Okay, the right of the king were unlimited. It is because king has a supreme power. The central administration was divided into different departments. The king ran the administration with the help of the ministers. The kingdom was divided into provinces. And it is also known as mandalams. Each province was under the control of an official who worked according to the instructions of the king. Now we will know the economic condition of the people in the southern state during the medieval period. What was the economic condition? What was the main sources of income on that time? Land revenue was the main sources of income. It was fixed at 1/3 of the produce by the Chola rulers. The economic conditions of the people was good. Agriculture, trade and weaving were the chief occupations of the people. What were the chief occupations of the people? Agriculture, trade and weaving were the chief occupations of the people. The irrigational facilities were well developed, which increased the agricultural yield. The Chola rulers spent a major part of the income on public welfare. Now we will know the social condition of that time. The society of South India was also caste-ridden like that of North India. The Brahmins, it means priestly class, and the Kshatriyas, it means warrior class, dominated the lower caste. The peasants tilled the land which belonged to the rulers or the temples. Now we will know the religious condition of that time. Look at these pictures. There were many magnificent temples were built on that time. Religions played an important part in the life of people in South India. Buddhism and Jainism were not popular that time. Hinduism was the most popular religion. What was the most popular religion? Hinduism was the most popular religion. Vedic sacrifices were quite common. The cult of Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva also became important during that time. Kanchipuram was an important center of studies of Sanskrit and regional languages like Tamil. It was a center of pilgrimage for Hindu devotees. It was the center of pilgrimage for Hindu devotee. The Bhakti saint preached the teachings of the epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata. The epics were translated into many South Indian languages on that time. Okay, the epics were translated into many South Indian languages that time. Many great literacy work like Silappatikaram and Manimekalai in Tamil were written during that period. Today's home assignment: describe the socio-economic condition of the people in southern states. And second question, write the administration of medieval India. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.